You are listening to Making It, the path to beauty industry greatness with Canvas Me, where we go behind the scenes to explore the human side of beauty professionals, learn how they found balance in their lives, overcame obstacles, and created communities that transcend the ordinary. Hosted by Canvas Me co-founders Jen and Matt Martinelli alongside Canvas Me directors April and Megan, Making It is your guide to navigating the ever-evolving world of beauty. Welcome to Making It, the path to beauty industry greatness. Today, Meg met with Diana Vavaro, school director for Paul Mitchell The School NYC. Tune in as she talks what got her into beauty school, overcoming tremendous loss, and the school culture that got her through it all and ignited her passion to do the same for others.
Hey, Diana, welcome to the podcast. It is so great to have you with us today. I'm super excited because we are going to dive into some really fun stuff together and have a great conversation. So again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to start out by asking you a question, given the name of the podcast, so Making It. Do you feel like you have made it in your career?
I do actually. So I feel like I've definitely made it, and I'm proud of my accomplishments, but I'm still super eager to continue to grow.
Okay, that's awesome. So you feel like, you've put in a ton of effort, you're in a really great space, but there's obviously more to do, right?
Yes, always.
Okay, good. Well, speaking of that more to do, I want to hear a little bit about, your story and kind of how you got to this point. So obviously you are the director of Paul Mitchell The School NYC. You have worked so hard to get here and, take us really from the beginning of coming into the industry and, to this point.
So I always wanted to be a hairstylist and makeup artist since I was little. I actually first started out doing beauty pageants and modeling and things like that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was like your introduction to the beauty world was
Yes.
modeling and everything. Okay. What was your favorite part? Was it the actual modeling or was it more so the hair and makeup?
It was more so the hair and makeup I found out
Cool.
afterwards. So that, yeah, that definitely brought me into it. So I felt that when I was doing like the competitions, it really did feel like a competition and you felt like you were kind of like going against other people and you felt judged and things like that. And I didn't like that. I liked just feeling good and I wanted to make other people feel good. And my aunt was always,
Okay.
yeah, my aunt was a hairstylist. So I decided that it would be better for me to be behind the scenes than in front of the scenes. So I kind of combined it together.
Okay, that's really cool. And I love that you had the inspiration from your aunt and were able to kind of see, what it was like. Did you ever get to like assist her or shadow her in the salon?
So what I did was when she was going to beauty school, I was maybe like 16 years old. So
Uh-huh.
I would go to school with her as her model and I loved it. I would read her textbook when I was young. So I knew that this was always something that I wanted to do.
Okay, so your aunt had a textbook?
Yes.
What was the textbook?
I think it was like a Milady's book, but it was so long ago. So it was definitely, it's
Okay.
very outdated
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, gotcha. So that kind of like got you into it a little bit, made you start thinking about theory of all the things.
Yes.
Good. Okay, keep going with that story.
So then I came to beauty school. I was a little bit older. It was in 2009. Yeah, so my grandmother had passed away and I really wanted to make her proud because I knew that,
Aw.
she knew that I always wanted to do this. And I had my son and I was like, okay, it's time to actually go to school because I was doing freelancing makeup and stuff like that and waitressing at that time. So
Okay.
I really wanted to go back and learn everything and just have a real career. So I came to the Paul Mitchell School and I literally fell in love with the school and the culture immediately. It was just such a welcoming experience, and I was just so happy to be there. And a little bit of a sad story, but when I first started, it was during cutting week in my core phase of the program. My father
Mhm.
actually suddenly passed away of a heart attack.
Oh
And
my goodness.
yeah, so it was a very, very difficult time. But being a part of the Paul Mitchell School and a part of the Paul Mitchell culture really got me through that. And it inspired me so much just how people were there for me. And it made me really want to come back and be a learning leader and be there for other people and just be part of this culture in the
Mhm.
school. So that's really what got me into the Paul Mitchell School education portion of my career, which I love so much.
Right. Okay. Well, I first have to say, I'm so sorry for all of that. It's obviously really hard to deal with at any point in time, but especially whenever you're going to school and you're starting something new. And, I just really want to say I'm sorry about your dad and your grandma. That's, so tough.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Tell me though, kind of how that helped propel you or helped motivate you. You said you wanted to make your grandma proud, and obviously, I'm sure the same thing with your dad. But tell us how you kind of overcame those moments and really pushed yourself to finish school and then keep going forward.
Yeah, so it took a lot, but definitely the support that I had from my classmates really helped out. So instead of not coming to school, I did the opposite. I came to school every single day. I worked as hard as I could. I just gave it
Mhm.
like 100%. I took it so seriously, and that really really helped me. And I think also being a little bit older and having a son, I took it very seriously. I knew that I wanted to be successful, and I knew that I needed
Mhm.
to fast track that, because I was a
Yes.
little bit older at the time. And I just came every single day, did everything I had to do and more, and took advantage
Mhm.
of every opportunity. And that drive was just really, really present. And I think that's what helped me so much throughout my career, is just knowing that sometimes when things get really, really tough, you just have to push yourself to get through it. And you do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Having that inner drive is so important, and it was good that you were able to tap into that and make it and use it for a positive force. Talk
Yes.
about, being one of the older students. Like what was that like? And, did everybody kind of look up to you, come to you for advice?
Yeah, so it was really good. I got to be a mentor and help
Mhm.
the other future professionals that were first coming, when they were starting their journey. And that really meant a lot to be able to help other people. Being that I felt that people helped me, I wanted to really give back and do that. So
Mhm.
it was a really nice feeling, like helping other people and watching them kind of, be where you were a little while ago and get them to where you were now. It was really
Yes.
great.
Yeah, and kinda now lends itself to your role in the school, and people are always probably coming up to you and being like, "How do you stay motivated?"
Yes. Yeah.
Well, what is one of, like, the best parts of being in a cosmetology school?
So I think the best part of being a part of the cosmetology school is getting to make a difference in the industry and motivating and inspiring new future professionals, letting them know like we believe in you and you could do it, and just watching them grow. A lot of times, they come in, they're nervous, they're shy. Sometimes they don't have a great support system. Like I was blessed so much with the amazing support system from my family and my husband and my mother-in-law and just so many people. But there's so many people that don't have that support system. And
True.
just being able to let them know like, hey, we care about you, we're here for you, what can we do to help you out, to help you succeed. And it just feels really really rewarding, and it's a beautiful thing to watch people grow and turn, into, you just get to watch them blossom and turn into a real
Mhm.
professional and gain confidence. And it's one of the best things I feel about this
Yes.
job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I think that kind of lends itself because you and I actually spoke before this a little bit. And, I know you said something that actually our co-founder, Jen Martinelli, says a lot is the fact that you were able to overcome, certain limiting beliefs and
Yeah.
that feeling of not being good enough. And, that's translating again to your message to the future professionals. But can you kind of explain that and how that type of thinking has made an impact in your life and in the industry and maybe some tips as to how you overcame that type of thinking?
Absolutely. So, yeah, so when we spoke about our limiting beliefs, it really is a powerful thing, and it took me a while to find out what my limiting beliefs were. So after listening to Jen and her limiting beliefs about feeling like she was annoying or she didn't have a voice and she wasn't heard as a child, and it kind of made
Mhm.
me think about what was my limiting belief and how did that, you know, contribute to me. So when I thought about it and I thought back, I always remembered feeling like I wasn't good enough or I would work so hard and I would just, maybe I would place in the pageant, but I wouldn't be the winner. For some reason, I was always standing next to the winner every time. So it's just always like, why couldn't that be me? Like it's one person away. And then
Uh-huh.
also, I think too, a lot is, when you let other people kind of determine like what success is or how you feel successful. So a lot of people in my family, they went to college, they did different things, and
Mhm.
it wasn't always like looked upon as being a hairstylist was the most successful career path that you could choose, which is totally not true. And
Right.
we
Not
all we all
true.
we all know that now. But
Uh-huh.
I kind of realized that once I was proud of myself and I saw that what I could accomplish, like coming to beauty school and going through all those obstacles and using that to motivate me to want to achieve things and to want to be the best that I could be. And then also to give back and make a difference in the lives of other people. And I just feel like that was so powerful. And then realizing like, wait, I'm really proud of myself. It doesn't matter what other people think. So maybe not a doctor,
Mhm.
maybe I'm not a lawyer, maybe I didn't go to college, but I could still achieve things and I could still make a difference in the world. And the fact that I know, and believe in myself and know what I can do and what I'm capable of, it doesn't matter what other people think anymore.
Yeah. So true. And how did you get yourself to that point? Like, how did you get yourself to really believe it doesn't matter what people think about me anymore? Because it's so much easier said than done sometimes, you know?
I think it just got to the point where when I realized that I was proud of myself. So
Okay.
for example, there was one time where somebody's like, "How did you get that position?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? How did I get that position?" I didn't say this out loud to myself. I'm thinking
Yeah.
like, I earned that position. Like I worked so hard for that position. I'm amazing at that
Yes.
position. And I was like, wow, I really believe that. I know that I am. So it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks because
Yeah.
I feel like I know the truth.
Well, and I love that you were saying those things to yourself. Like those are those self-affirming statements that we kind of all need to hear and need to be able to say to ourselves, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So I wanted to kind of circle back to a specific part of your story because you said before cosmetology school you were actually freelancing and doing makeup and things like that. And did you say bridal too?
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that a lot of our listeners and working with your future professionals, that's a career path that people are thinking of. So tell me, how did you get into it? How did you kind of structure, what jobs you said yes to? Just kind of go through that whole process of being a freelance artist.
So I was just always really into hair and makeup, and I was really good at doing updos and things without any training at all. And I was always really good at makeup. So my mother-in-law is a freelance makeup artist, and
Okay.
so I've worked with her, and we would do a bunch of weddings and things. I pretty much said yes to everything, to every opportunity. So
Love
I
it.
didn't really turn anything down. But I just felt like I really wanted to become a licensed hairstylist, like a licensed cosmetologist. I didn't want to limit myself to just hair, but I really wanted to get that cosmetology license. So that's what pushed me to go to school. I really do.
Mhm.
I liked freelancing a lot too. Um, it is a very competitive field. So you do need to have
Okay.
a lot of jobs in order to continue to have that income coming in. So that's why I wanted to have more of a steady kind of revenue coming in.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to school this way I could work in a salon and just have like a steady um, clientele. So that's kind of how that started.
Okay. So, like, would you just kind of like use your mother-in-law's connections, or kind of how did you make those connections and market yourself to do freelance?
So yes, so basically I worked a lot with her. And then too, I think just promoting myself, even back then it was pretty much I don't even think Instagram was around. It was just Facebook. But
Yeah.
I think just word of mouth too. So people just knew that I was really into it. And I always had my hair and my makeup done. And I would always post pictures and I would talk about it. And a lot of people would just refer their friends and their family whenever they were having special events
Mhm.
and things like that. And that really helped me too. So I think,
Okay.
yeah, definitely making connections, getting your name out there. Um, Once you say yes to one job, you meet other people, especially in the freelance industry. You'll meet the designers, you'll meet the models, and then they recommend more people to come to you and other, opportunities open up. So always say yes to an opportunity unless, it's something that you feel like isn't going to benefit you. But most of the time it does. And that's how you get to meet other people and
Mhm.
make connections and get your name out there. You can't be shy.
Right, right. Did you ever have to do any sort of job like for free
All the time.
to get
Yes.
sort of that experience? Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about that and kind of why you did it.
So that started more once I joined the Paul Mitchell School, and back then it was called the Design Team, but now it's a community events club, which I love so much. So we get to do all these
Mhm.
amazing events, and we do fashion weeks, we do photo shoots, we've done independent films. So as a future professional, I said yes to every opportunity, which we wasn't paid at that time, but I got to do New York Fashion Week for Nolcha at that
Yeah.
time. And it was an amazing opportunity. It's just the experience from doing the events. I always tell the future professionals, it's like this rush that you get when you watch your model walk down the runway. It's just the feeling that you can't get back. And we also did like this ice skating. The
Uh-huh.
Ice Dreams World Tour, and
Whoa.
yeah, so we got to do the hair and makeup for Olympic ice skaters. And then we got to sit
So
there and
cool.
watch the show. And it's just like the biggest adrenaline rush. I love it so much. So I still do like freelancing as well. I think that there's so many different opportunities in the industry, and I wouldn't want to limit to one thing. So I still do freelance things on the side now. But yeah,
Okay.
mainly I'm with Paul Mitchell, and I love Paul Mitchell, and I want to give back to our future professionals. So we give the opportunities to them, and then we kind of go and let them do the hair and let them do the makeup, and we just help them a little bit here
Mhm.
and there, at the shows. But to really promote them instead of yourself, and you're kind of just leading them, it
Right.
feels really good to watch somebody else have that opportunity and watch them get to have that feeling. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so that's what I like.
Okay, that's awesome. I love that. So Diana, being in the school, where do you kind of see it going? We know there's been a lot of changes, in the past few years, and we know this industry is changing constantly. How do you see the schools looking in the next few years?
So I think that we're looking to hopefully open up some more Paul Mitchell schools, and just looking for growth in the future. So maybe have another one in a different borough in New York would be amazing. I think that there's definitely always room for growth, but also there is some challenges with like gainful employment rules and things like that, like trying to kind of regulate and like put changes into this industry, not only our industry, really, it's all trade schools. So there's definitely some challenges and some obstacles that everybody has to overcome together, just to kind of create awareness on that and how those rules would affect any kind of vocational school. But in the end, I think that people will understand that not everybody wants to go to college, and there should be other opportunities out there, and it's really a growing industry now, and a lot of people are coming to school and they're opening up their own business, they're becoming entrepreneurs. It's a lot different now than in the beginning. It's almost like it was limited, like you would go to school and then you would just go straight into a salon and you would assist, and I think that's amazing too, but there's just so many other opportunities. So I think that just inspiring people and letting people know how amazing this industry is, and just helping it to continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole perspective of the beauty industry has changed so much. And you're right. It's not just that traditional path of assisting and then being behind a chair and being at that same salon for the rest of your career. That's not really happening now, and we see they want to go on to bigger platforms and work for brands and educate and have multiple streams of income, which is really awesome that this industry provides that.
Yes.
So really great, really great. If there was, is there not, I shouldn't say if there was, is there a piece of advice that you share with the future professionals that you want to share with us today?
So it's hard to choose one thing. I guess like my biggest piece of advice would be to, if you really want to do this and you really have that passion, it takes that. So in order to be successful, not only do you have to believe in what you're doing and have passion for it, you have to work really hard, obviously, like really hard. And you have to do what other people don't. So John Paul DeJoria always says successful people do all the things that unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. And that's 100% true. So I feel like you're going to get noticed for something. Are you going to be noticed for being the person that goes the extra mile, that puts the work in, that works hard, that doesn't go out on, Friday nights because you have to be at school on Saturday? Do you take advantage of your opportunities? Do you want to be on the phase 2 program? Are you on teams? Like, what are you doing to get yourself to where you want to be? So it takes the drive. And it takes that motivation. And also the most important thing too is, how do you treat people? So we have our Be Nice or Else culture, based off of the book by Win Claybaugh. And that's everything to success. It's how nice are you? How do you treat people? Because you're not going to be successful if you're not nice. People don't want to spend money on people who aren't nice. So it's the more that you care about people, and that's what really makes it different. Building those relationships, and really caring about your clients, caring about your future professionals, whoever you're doing it for. I think that comes through a lot.
Yes. Really great advice. I love that. Working hard, saying yes, being nice, all really good things. So Diana, I want to kind of end this with a question for you, and this might be hard or it might be super simple, but what would you say is your purpose?
I would say that my purpose is to make a difference in the lives of our future professionals in the industry and in the community. We do a lot to give back at Paul Mitchell, and I think that that's really, really important. So that's what my purpose is. I just want to make a positive impact, and do the most that I can with whatever I have.
Yes. I love that, Diana. I think that you are doing that. You are making that positive impact. I can certainly tell with, just the short time that we have spent together, that you are someone that's passionate and positive and nice. And I'm very excited that you were with us today. So thank you so, so much for your time. And I appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much, Megan. It was a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Making It, the path to beauty industry greatness with Canvas Me. Our mission is to give you a voice, help you find your place of belonging, and empower you to thrive in this beautiful industry. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights that will fuel your own journey in your career. Head over to canvasme.com and unlock the next chapter of your beauty journey. Create your portfolio, showcase your unique talents, and connect with a community that understands and celebrates your story. Subscribe to Making It for more inspiring stories, and let's continue making it together.